It's been a long time coming. My fault. Thank you to our $5 patrons, Redwolf4765, Midnight Gem Lord, and Chion. And a very big thank you to our $25 patron, Alex Ice Rose. Now, if you're having this breakdown / live reaction to Meliodas is Universal by Mr. Crafty, please don't leave your own thoughts on Meliodas being universal in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon below where you can support me as low as $1 $1 a month. And this is videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, let's hop into the live reaction. What's up, guys? Welcome to here. And yeah, this video came out months ago. It definitively came out months ago, like 5 months ago. And he asked me to react to it. And I just kept slipping by. I'm sorry it took so long. This video has been sitting there for a while, and now I'm here. Hopefully, like, nothing's outdated too much. Not much has happened. I'm assuming this is going to go off like, just taking a guess. I have not watched the video yet. Taking a guess. I'm going to assume this has to do with the infinite power statement for the Lady of the Lake. Infinite power, her being wrought from chaos, and then base King Meliodas scaling somewhat to Chaos King Arthur, and if you take a percentage of infinity, it's still infinity and stuff like that. So if Meliodas scales to even just the Lady of the Lake, which she should scale, because, you know, it's just the Lady of the Lake, she just has infinite power. Not too interesting. I can see something like that. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right in. Oh, by the way, the link to Mr. Crafty's channel, or actually, I believe he changed his channel name, Mr. Crafty Scales, there we go. Mr. Crafty Scales channel will be down below. The link to the original video will be down below. And fun fact, if you are new here, I pause a lot. And I talk a lot. If you want to see the original video in its natural form without me talking over it and pausing a lot, please go check it out. Once again, the links to both his video and his channel will be down below. He makes really good content. Go check him out. Please, please, please. Now, let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into it. Editing me. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go. I'll have to mute this. The intro. Whew. The intro's fire. The intro's fire. Man, do I need to get a new intro? This is heat. This is heat. Okay, Mr. Crafty Scales. Golly. Intro's fire. Golly. Whew. Ooh, that intro was fire. I'm sorry. Do I have to mute that though? See, it's gonna look so awkward if I have to mute that. See, because you know I'm about to massacre this video in the way I always do. Because if you wonder, because I've seen people ask about it in the comments, and if I don't respond to your comment, I'm sorry. I still try to catch up on all the comments I've missed. But the reason I like flip videos or images upside down and like jack up their coloring and their darkness and stuff like that, and I used to put orange filters on it, is because I'm scared. I'm scared. YouTube scares me. I do not want my videos to get... I had a copyright strike. It put the fear of the Lord into me. Yo, we are I believe like 18 videos away from 1,000 videos at the time of this recording. I don't think I need to tell you how sad I would be if I lost all that. So I will do whatever in my power to make sure that I don't. So I may have to mute that, but the intro was fire, and you will get my awkward dancing, regardless of whether or not it's muted. But also, I also do that on like live reaction videos, so I can encourage you to go watch the original video even more. Like, not only for the fact that we are like 4 minutes in and I haven't even gotten to the reaction, I'm just stuck on the intro, but also because like if I neuter it, then you have to go watch it. I want you to do. And if I also neuter the chapters, you have to go read the chapters, because you can't read them when they're upside down, miscolored, and things like that. So I'm avoiding copyright, and I'm hopefully encouraging you to go to the original content. That's why, like, another reason I talk so much about my reaction videos is because I don't like the idea of me just like sitting here and taking content. I like to expand on it. So that's why you'll hear me talking a lot. It'd be like that. Wouldn't it be like that? Especially with emphasis on especially when it be like that. So let's see. Why'd you do, bro? Just perished. You threw a clown face. I need to get my editing game on. Mr. Crafty's so good with it.
Hey everybody, today we're talking about Meliodas and how he can potentially be universal. So, let's get on.
That title was clickbait. I'm gonna have to dislike the video right now. The title was clickbait. You said Meliodas is universal. The title, I'm reading it right? Yeah, Meliodas is universal. 7 deadly sins. You betrayed me. You tricked me. You bamboozled me. You bamboozler. That's it. Video's done. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the notifications will miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also the notification envelope. Writing off. Okay, let's see.
This video. So when talking about this universal meta, we have to scale off from chaos. Now chaos...
What did I say? What did I say? I could feel it. I could feel it in my bones. I could feel it in my bones. Let's see.
Created everything. He created the entire 7 deadly sins universe. It was even set.
Hold on a second. Don't do this to me. Don't do. I will whip out the scans right now. Editing me. Do you feel like whipping out the scans? I don't. Something tells me editing me doesn't. I can hear editing me laughing in the future. Editing me is not in the mood. But still, not the entire verse. Remember, there's the... I have those two. I need to get the other volumes of 7 deadly sins. I need to spend money on other things, so I don't have them yet. But very specifically, I used to think that Chaos created everything in the entire verse too, but then I reread, and he came from the ancient stars. If there are ancient stars, there's a universe already. That's the only issue with that. Like, he created the world, but world sort of gets, like, due to the fact that there were ancient stars to begin with, world sort of gets downplayed to, like, the solar system. At least that's how I view it, because of that scan. If we remove that page and just chaos created everything, then yeah, universal. But with the fact that we have ancient stars, and it's not like, it'd be one thing if it was stated that he came from the ancient stars in another dimension, or he came from the ancient stars in another space. No, it's very specific. Hold on, let me even double check myself. Let me see if I can fact check myself real quick. I believe it's stated he comes from the ancient stars, and that's it. We don't have any, like, separate space quantifications. And we know that Nakaba will go out of his way to tell you if something is a separate space or not. And, like, he'll get super dumb specific with it too. Like, I believe Tarmiel and Sariel's statement, they specifically say space. They don't say separate dimension or separate time space. Purgatory is specified as a separate time space, which is why it's a universal realm, which is why, like, technically, if I ever feel like arguing anything like fancy universal wise, I'll typically go with Cass saying he was going to destroy everything with a form. Purgatory is something with a form we know is an entirely separate time space from the main one, because it has a literal separate time flow. If you want to argue that characters scale to Cath, which you can because you see characters reacting to Cath, damaging Cath, all stuff like that, then you could argue characters are multiversal, or not multiversal. Calm down. Universal from there, and then you go on and so forth, stack multipliers on top of it, stuff like that. It's like a base fatigued, just had all his energy drained Meliodas is able to keep up with and hypothetically do damage to Cath. Bada bing, bada boom. Cath could destroy Purgatory, therefore universal. That's how I see it. I don't like the chaos thing, but let me double check. I need it. Hold on, I believe it's chapter 337. Hold on. I told you we'll be here for a minute. Well, let me see. Chaos. There we go. So at least now I'm quoting verbatim from the page that I'm assuming he's referring to. But her heart still hungered, and she spent her days troubled. Then one day she heard the wise men talking and learned of a certain being, Chaos, the drive of power that was born amidst the ancient stars far, far away. Let me see. It is said that Chaos first created the world. It birthed the supreme deity, demon lord, offspring. Yeah, so there's nothing about creating everything. It just created the world. And of course you have, like there's constant arguments. It happens in Naruto, scaling community. It happens, Seven Deadly Sins, happens everywhere. But what do we mean by world here? Do we mean world as in like society? We know it can't mean that. The reason no one ever hears us talk about like chaos being society level is because it literally created beings that went and created separate time spaces, not time spaces, created separate spaces. I didn't say time spaces. I messed up. I did not say time spaces. But chaos created separate spaces. Or Chaos's kids created separate spaces, and Chaos came from the stars far, far away to make the world, which it proceeded to birth kids on, and then gave humans, stuff like that. So it didn't just create society. There's not a society of Chaos people. So we outlawed that. Then we go to the next level of world, which would be the planet, or a solar system. It's really a range right there. And that's usually where I set it at, because of the ancient star statement, which is on page 11 of chapter 337. When we see the Chaos image you see everyone use Chaos for, or like whenever we reference Chaos, we always use this image. I also use this image whenever I use Chaos, because it's just the only image that we have of Chaos, and it's like pure state. The drive of power that was born amidst ancient stars far, far away. Far, far away. I mean, it's a good travel speed feat. Like it coming from ancient stars far, far away to the area where it made the verse. Then that's still impressive on a speed feat level, but it's not universal. Heck, even the image we see of Chaos has stars in the background. It didn't create everything. So that's my only nitpick so far, but this can still be salvaged. I'm assuming we're going to go with like Chaos created everything and then it wrought something from itself, which has infinite power. So we'll see.
With a intention, he created the verse. He created the, Demon King, Sacred Tree, and Supreme Deity. Did everything. He created the entire seven-deadly universe. It was even said with a intention. He created.
Chaos is an impure entity of darkness that even the demons fear, and light that even goddesses worship. Its power is immense, and it's believed that with a single intention it brought about this world and all the races from nothingness. But once again, this world. That implies just Seven Deadly Sins planet. Or solar system in general. That doesn't imply the universe. Specifically from that previous. Like, once again, you could make the world arguments. You could make it semantic. And I'll admit, I have definitely cheated a little bit and just pulled out world could mean universe. It couldn't just mean planet. And hidden that scan. I've hidden that previous scan that says born amidst the ancient stars. But it is there. And if we're trying to be, like, honest. Hold on. Since I do have the chapter loaded up still. Let me see. Because I know exactly where this scan comes from. Or maybe I don't. Maybe is this not in the same chapter? Chaos, an impure entity of darkness, like spirit goddess worship. Huh. Yeah, it's not in that chapter. Where is it? Where is that? I know it's there. I'm not discrediting it being there, but I'm trying to figure out where it is. It's not in 337, at least from 337 I'm reading. But however, regardless, like within the same series, you have it stated that he came from stars far, far away. So he didn't create the verse. If these stars were in another dimension, then we could argue the verse. But when I say the verse, he made the verse in the sense that the Seven Deadly Sins world and all of its inhabitants are direct descendants from Chaos, but not the verse as in the whole universe, because there were ancient stars beforehand. But let's see.
The verse, he created the, Demon King, Sacred Tree, and Supreme Deity, which in return created their own realms and the races that inhabited it. Now, one of the deities or beings that he created was the Lady of the Lake. Now,
yeah, okay, so yep, he's going into Lady of the Lake stuff. That is more like I wouldn't. Maybe hold on, let me re-listen. Maybe I went on a whole tangent for nothing. Maybe he didn't mean to be like. I don't think he said universal once. Let me see.
This video.
This background music is fun.
Someone talking about this universal meta, we have to scale off from Chaos. Now, Chaos created everything. He created the entire Seven Deadly Sins universe. It was even said with a intention. He created the verse.
Okay, he does say the entire Seven Deadly Sins. That isn't true, or at least based on the scan. If someone can like debunk my argument, it's weird to say debunk. If someone can, do I have the wrong translation for this? The Chaos, the drive of power that was born amidst the ancient stars far, far away. If that's wrong, if that's just a wrong translation or something like that, let me know. Then, no, I'm wrong. I'm fine with that. Trust me. If I could get Meliodas consistently to universal, I would. If I could get the verse to consistently universal, you know how much fun I would have? I'd start throwing him up against some crazy characters, unequal stats. But regardless, I think the whole Born Amidst the Ancient Stars thing does take away the whole verse idea, but the Lady of the Lake with infinite power stuff, you can definitely make an argument for. So let's see where he goes.
He created the, Demon King, Sacred Tree, and Supreme Deity, which in return created their own realms and the races that inhabited it. Now, one of the deities or beings that he created was the Lady of the Lake. Now, the Lady of the Lake was shown after the Demon King's defeat. The Lady of the Lake was this just mass of water, right? It's like
Wait, does it say limitless? I know it said infinite somewhere. I'm reading that right now. Is that a blob of water? It's the magic lake that stores limitless magic. We're able to pull it off because this thing absorbed all the excess power. What a strange sight. A lake that can continue to persist even after losing the basin that contained it. Limitless magic? I mean, you can make the argument for like limitless and infinite though. Hold on, let me get semantic. Limitless. He's about to give me Gojo. Limitless definition. We'll go with that. Without end, limit, or boundary. Yeah, you can still argue. It doesn't say infinite though. Like you need that infinite. I know it says infinite somewhere. I will look at. If he doesn't pull up this again in a second, I will look that up. Limitless or endless in space, extent, size, or impossible to measure or calculate. So if limitless is a part of the infinite definition, then I think you could make a solid argument. I would. We'll see.
Body was the water, but kind of form into this like lady like thing, whatever, right? Now this being, right, was stated to the water itself had like a limitless amount of magic. Like the being itself was like limitless. Now it was also stated that chaos had this immeasurable power, both in verse by Merlin.
There you go. There we go. That's it. Immeasurable, infinite. Let me just double check immeasurable. I've realized, like, as of recent, it's probably just because I've like getting even more and more semantic than I already was. I've been Googling a whole ton of word definitions. I don't know why. Too large, extensive, too extreme to measure. Ironically enough, that's even less impressive than infinite. At least in my mind. Immeasurable. I like hearing, even though I know immeasurable speed is higher than infinite speed because non-linear time stuff. Let's see.
Which would be reliable source. She knows most stuff about the verses. She studies and learns all this stuff, as well as in a Q&A it was even stated that chaos's power level is impossible to measure. So we have three statements of this chaos creating, or even lower care, just like the Lady of the Lake, doing this seemingly infinite type power on a three-dimensional scale, which limitless is also just infinite. It's another synonym for infinity. Anyway, so with all these three statements, both in verse and out of verse, it would be kind of weird to say that, oh, this is just hyperbolic, and there's no reason for it to be hyperbolic. Just saying, yeah, there's just a infinite, limitless amount of this magic. With that logic, that would make the Lady of the Lake, or which in turn chaos, who created her, I'm pretty sure it's Lady of the Lake, who created her, high universal, because being able to affect an infinite amount of
infinite amount of energy contained within a limited 3D space is typically universal. So yeah, I mean, I can see that. The only reason I never necessarily argued it is just because universal is good, but it ain't that good. Count on one hand how many characters are universal flat. Can you? You probably can. They're probably 50 different, but still, yeah, it works.
Anything on a three-dimensional scale. Now, where this scales to Meliodas is, you could say that in his true magic form he would scale this, but you can do a much better approach, because one, we know that chaos, Cath, when Cath ate part of Arthur, he regained his power, and apparently even Cath even fought 1v1 chaos way back in the past, and was kind of swore.
That is still crazy to think about. And to be fair, we know Cath is born from chaos, so it probably has some measure of infinite power naturally. Then he got sealed away. But bro ran up on his dad and didn't cease exist. Chaos must have loved him. I get it. He's just all of Chaos's negative intentions, so it's probably likely that Chaos couldn't just destroy him. But still, interesting. Pretty easily, but
ultimately lost, right? So Chaos Cath was on this level, of chaos. He absorbed his power, and Meliodas could pretty, catch a scrap with him. But a more better feat is current Four Knights of the Apocalypse, Meliodas.
It's weird. Portion of chaos, the only. No, because a piece of infinity is still infinity, right? Like it's just a lesser. Like there are levels to infinity. Don't get me wrong. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like all numbers just going upwards is an infinity, but it's a smaller. Well, no, it's a bigger infinity than just the infinite odd numbers and the infinite even numbers, and then it's a bigger infinity than the infinite half numbers. Well, actually, no. If you just go by halves, like 0.5, 1, 1.52. So like there are levels to infinity. We don't know where chaos is, but even if you were to take a piece out of infinity, yeah, I can see that. Like take, even though we don't know, like unless we say that chaos scales to like a fifth of chaos because it ate Arthur's arm, which should be like a limb, one of 5 limbs, or like a 6 if you want to include the torso as something separate. Still, a 6 of infinity is still infinity, so it'd still be definitely a portion in the universal. If you go with infinite universe stuff, yeah, makes sense.
Just base can scrap with, a
This is true. This is true. Because once again, like it really depends. Like the only argument I could see is like, well, how do you know Arthur was even using any of his chaos powers? He doesn't pull out the chaos eyes until he's like up against Lance. But Meliodas does block chaos, who thought Arthur's life was in danger. So chaos does literally pop out of Arthur. It's like, hey, you don't do that, okay? And Meliodas should easily scale to Lance. Like Lance is crazy, but Mel should still be somewhere in his league. It's not entirely unreasonable to assume that. So Lance taking a hit from a chaos that believes Arthur's life is in danger. High universe. Yeah, it works. It works. I can't even rock with it. The only issue I have is just the chaos created the universe statement, which he didn't. At least as far as I know by the translations I have. If there is a different translation, once again, feel free to correct me. I don't know. I just trust the translation I have. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. W's. What was in my recommended? As you can see, I'm a man of culture. Solid Saiyan and Smug Stick loaded up. Brain alert, that's a new window. Shouts to Igneo. But as you can see, I like the video. W video. Shouts to Crafty. Only thing, like I said, just the one issue about Chaos creating the verse. But once again, you just go with the infinite power stuff. Limitless power, limitless synonym to infinite. Chaos, creating, taking something and making an infinite thing from itself, just making a lesser infinity. People scaling directly to that lesser infinity by either eating pieces of chaos in the case of Kath, or just fighting chaos directly in the case of Mel and Lance. Pretty hard. Like, I don't know. I don't see an issue with it. I don't see a hole in that. You just got to watch what that one chaos created the verse statement. That's it. Or the universe. He created the verse, but not the universe. That's the only thing. But other than that, yeah. Very W video. W music. W edit. W scans. W everything. Like, seriously, really solid video. Let's see. Anything else he has to say at the end? Shouts to Igneo. Ah, darn it. We were doing so good. We were doing so good. Now I gotta edit that up. Crafty, gotta edit that up. All right. W video. I have to edit that last part out, though. I know editing me is screaming in the future right now. But regardless, overall, W video. Will I start using the Universal Meliodas meta? Maybe. I don't know. I want to do a bunch of inverse stuff first, which is like King Meliodas. I want to do other things before I hop into the Universal pool, because there are a bunch of characters you can definitely talk about in that Universal range. You stack the multipliers on there. You get some higher multipliers on there, you know, with like, if you go directly with like the analogy that King makes for like how much water a hawk could hold would be the normal amount of power that Meliodas could access versus an entire lake, or even just a cup versus an entire lake, you get a little bit nutty with some multiplier. But regardless, W video, W crafty. If there are any more videos you guys want me to react to of other content creators, let me know. I'm slightly cooking with one series with one creator that I've referenced loosely in some videos, so some of y'all may get it, but that creator has a whole series of videos, and they're up to a tertiary series within that series of videos, and I want to start reacting to the series that they're reacting to, because I really like them. They've been super educational for me, so I want to do them too. If there are any other crafty videos you want me to react to, let me know. If there are any other videos you want me to react to, let me know. I want to start incorporating these back into the channel just a bit more. I'm trying to slowly bring it all back. So hopefully I can do that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, check out the original video. The link will be in the description down below. The channel will be in the description down below. Check out Mr. Crafty Scales, W Scaler, W Man. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. This is Doc with the Pencil, writing off.